Hi, boys and girls. Today we're going to read a story called Homegrown Butterflies, and there'll be a guest reader today. Before we get started, I want to show you what's happening. So what you'll do is you'll watch part 1 of Homegrown Butterflies, the slideshow, and then you're going to return to slides 5, 7, 8, and 9 to do and answer the questions on this assignment. And I'll walk you and talk you through those as we go through the slideshow. Today's vocabulary. Oh, sorry. Let me go in presentation mode. That would be easier for you to see, right? Okay, so today's vocabulary are the words disappear. It's a verb that means to stop existing or become extinct. Our second word is protect. It's a verb that means to defend from harm. Number 3 is harming, which is also a verb meaning doing harm or to hurt and be hurting someone or something. Number 4 is supply. It's a noun that means the amount of something needed or available for use. 5 is capture. It is a verb to catch or hold. And number 6 is enclosure. It's a noun that means a place that is surrounded by fencing or walls on all sides. All right, we're going to get started on the story, and I'll be pausing and stopping and talking to you throughout the presentation.
Homegrown Butterflies by Deborah Churchman. People in Baradel, Colorado, a village in Costa Rica, had a big problem. For many years, the villagers had caught fish for a living. But then, because of pollution and overfishing, the fish began to disappear. Soon it became hard for the people to catch enough fish to feed to their families and sell for money. What could they do? The village is on the edge of a beautiful rainforest. One thing the villagers could have done was chop down the trees. Then they could have sold the wood and farmed the land. They would have made money, but destroyed the rainforest. A scientist named Brent Davies had another idea about how the villagers could use the rainforest. And it would keep the forest alive. The villagers could raise and sell butterflies. Caption: School children in Baradel, Colorado are now experts at spotting caterpillars. Caption: Brent Davies and local students admire a sign that notes, in Spanish and English, they are raising insects. Many colorful butterflies flit around in the forest near Baradel, Colorado. It would be easy to capture a few and use them many more. Rent butterfly zoos around the world would pay for farm-raised butterflies. If the villagers could make money by selling them, they'd have a good reason to protect the insect's rainforest home. After all, without the forest, there would be no wild butterflies to capture. And without a steady supply of wild farm, adult kids making money with butterflies, they might want to start their own farm and protect the forest.
Okay, so far we've learned quite a bit about Brent Davies. Part of your homework is slide 5, and it asks you, why did fish in Baradel, California begin to disappear? So you have to answer that question. And then what part of the story so far tells us that this is expository text? Now remember, expository text is just informational text. And a lot of times in informational expository text, they give you things like captions, right, underneath pictures. And it's informational. It's not they're not characters or setting or plot in a story. It is informational. It's telling you something, information about a particular topic. It might be a person. It might be something that's happening currently in the world. Okay, so those are some hints on how to answer this particular slide. All right.
Schoolyard Farm. Butterflies drink nectar from certain flowers, and they lay their eggs on other plants. When the eggs hatch, caterpillars come out and eat those plants. They eat and grow and grow and eat. When enough, caterpillars turn into pupae. Those are why zoos buy. Brent knew that villagers could find some pupae in the rainforest to sell. But if the people could get butterflies to lay eggs in one place, they could raise caterpillars and get many more pupae. They could even let some of the extra butterflies they raised go free in the rainforest. That would make sure the forest would always have plenty. So, how to get started? To attract butterflies, Brent figured the villagers needed a garden full of nectar plants. They also needed an enclosure full of plants for caterpillars to eat. She talked to people at the school. Together they decided on a good spot in the schoolyard. Caption: inside an enclosed area, visitors can see plants grown for hungry caterpillars. Clearing and planting. First, they had to clear a lot of trash out of the schoolyard. The kids pitched in and stuffed more than 100 sacks with trash. Soon, people were stopping by to admire their work. Then everyone helped dig up the soil so that plants could grow. That turned up lots of worms, which attracted lots of chickens. So the kids went on chicken patrol, chasing the birds away. Their butterfly garden needed those worms. Next, they planted flowers to attract the butterflies. Beside the flower garden, they built the enclosure for raising caterpillars. Then they put the right kinds of plants inside it.
All right. So lots of activity there to get this butterfly garden and butterfly enclosure going. And they saw the potential, right? So of what they could actually do to help and to raise money. So you're going to answer these questions now. In the first paragraph on page 199, what words might help you figure out the meaning of clear? So what words in that sentence, maybe the sentence before, the sentence after, that give you clues on what that word means in the story? And why do you think people stop and admire, went too fast, admire the student's work? Give me some details, some evidence from the story. You're making an inference there. Why do you think, after all their work, that people would actually stop and admire what had happened and what they were trying to do? Then on the next slide, you have this is really a sequence question. What are 3 things you can tell me about Brent that tells us, and that should say he, is a kind and helpful person? Okay, I'll change that. All right, and was there one more? Nope, that's it. Oh, yeah, there is one more. How did Brent and the villagers, what did they do to turn the garden into a butterfly farm? Okay, 3 things there. All right, bye for now.